guys, today I'm filming my Makeup Use Up 2018 / Project 50 Pan intro. If you guys did not see my Project Use It Up 2017 finale, I'll have it linked up here, but I put a little poll question in that video asking you guys whether I should change the title of this series or not. Should I keep it Project Use It Up or should I change it to Makeup Use Up? And there was an overwhelming response of change it to Makeup Use Up, and I totally agree with you guys because I think it will help more people know what they're getting into when they click on this video, because a lot of people do Project Use It Ups, but I'm pretty sure like every single person in those videos will focus on hair, skin, body, candles, not makeup. So mine is a makeup only project, but it's just for an entire year, so they're long-term goals. So I decided, I totally agree with you guys, and Makeup Use Up is a more fitting title for this series. So my next question for you guys in the poll right here is, I did also do those Project Use It Ups from 2015 to 2017. So should I just leave those titles as is, or should I go back to those videos and change the title to Makeup Use Up? And it's not a lot of work at all. The reason I'm thinking about doing that is because it will keep consistency between all of these videos, and also honestly I think it will bring more views to those videos as well. So let me know what you guys think in the poll. I'm leaning more towards changing them. So for my Makeup Use Up, it is exactly the same as I always do throughout these years. I just changed the title. So I have got a large collection of products that I would like to finish by the end of 2018. These are more long-term goals, and then for the Project 50 Pan, I want to finish up an additional 50 makeup items to what I already have featured here. So I've been able to be successful with that since I started this series in 2015. So I definitely think I can do it again. I feel like 50 is definitely an attainable goal. Also, you guys will probably see these items popping up in other project pans throughout the year. I'm not doing a whole 2018 goals video, but my plan for panning this year is doing 4 seasonal Project 10 pans, focusing on certain products that I think would be fitting for that season. So you guys will see a lot of these things in some project pan. Actually, some of them are already in my current project pan, which is a Project 10 Pan Winter Edition. I'll go ahead and have that linked up here if you guys would like to check out my intro and my first update. I just posted that one. So if you want to check that out, please do so. So jumping into the products, my first thing is a perfume, and this is actually my first time including a perfume. I went through my collection and I'm in love with everything except for this. This is the Marc Jacobs Pear perfume. I believe this was limited edition. I got it a couple years back, and this is a 3.4 fluid ounce size. I believe they only each came in one size. There were like 4 different scents, and this is a really nice scent. It is fruity with a little bit of floral. I really like this. It smells very beautiful. It's a great spring summer perfume, but because it is an eau de toilette, it does not last on me for a long time, which is a huge bummer. I like this scent, but I don't love it. So I would like to try to use this up by the end of the year. And my little reward for that is hopefully I can use this up, and next Christmas, which I know is a long time from now, I will get the Juice Couture Viva La Juicy original perfume. I absolutely love that one. I've used up so many different perfume samples, and where I keep all of my perfumes is completely full. So once I finish this one up, I can add that in, and I will be totally content with my perfume collection. So I have definitely some motivation there. I'm nervous because this is a 3.4 fluid ounce, as I said, so we'll see, but I can apply a lot, so that will probably take me until the very end of the year. So everything else is makeup. The first thing I have here is the Lancome Le Base Pro Primer. Now, I have a huge collection right now of deluxe size face primers, which I love. I love trying out new things, and primers are expensive and I don't want to buy them in the full size. And this is the oldest one out of my samples, but I got this in April 2017, so it's not very old, but I want to use up this one first, and then throughout my other seasonal projects, I'll probably include other samples to get through them. Then I have 2 foundations I would like to use up. The first is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation in the shade 10 Porcelain. This is in my current Project 10 Pan Winter Edition, and if you guys just saw that update, you will know that this sucker is already used up. I use this up basically start to finish in a month, but I still wanted to include it in this video because I have had this list on my phone picked out for a couple months, and I put a couple of these items in my winter project pan to get a jump start on them because I start using my winter makeup products December 1st. So I'm bummed that I finished it before this intro, but for me it still counts because I picked this out and put it in that project specifically because I wanted to finish it this year, and I did, but like let me tell you how ridiculous it is that this was used up in a month, but I'll give you guys more of a review in my first update. But the other foundation I would like to use up is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream in the shade 510 Fair. This is a little bit deep for me, but when I get a tiny bit of color in the summer, it works pretty nicely, and I'm about halfway done with this, so I think I should have no problem finishing up if I can focus on this during spring, summer this year. And then I have two concealers I would like to finish up. The first is this NYX HD Concealer in the shade Porcelain. Now, I really do like the formula of this, but this color oxidizes on me so bad, and this turns out very peachy. And this is in my current rotation right now, and I'm using this as an under eye corrector. So I think it will take me a little bit of time, but not too long to have that used up. But that is the way that I'm making it work for me, so I can get my money's worth out of this. My next item is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo in the shade number 1 Taupe Ivory. And I would like to finish up the ivory side. I probably have used this like 3 times, and I'm going to use this as an under eye concealer and brightener. And honestly, I haven't really used the Sculpt side very much, so I'm going to give myself a little mini goal that by my next update I need to have tried this out a couple times, because I'm not sure if I'm just going to use up the highlight and then toss this, or if I want to try to challenge myself to finish up the contour side as well. So like I said, over the next 2 months, I'll test it out a couple times, and in my first update, I'll let you guys know whether I am going to try to pan this or just go ahead and toss it. Then I have 2 face powders. The first is the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. This is just a deluxe size sample, but this is a powder that I would just like to use up in my collection, and I really love using a translucent loose powder when I film my different foundation first impressions, and I should have a couple of those throughout this year where I would need to use this. But when those videos are done, I want to make sure that I have this finished by the end of the year, but I'm not in a rush because I do need it for those videos. And then I have a pressed powder. This is the Rimmel hashtag Insta Fix and Matte Translucent Powder. And I've already used this a bit and I've worn off the design, but as you can see, there is no pan yet. And I've used this to set my face, I've used it to set my under eyes, and it works quite nicely, but I have a good amount of powders right now, so I would just like to go ahead and work through this one. And then I have a couple challenging items that I would just like to hit pan on. I have a bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. This is a beautiful color that I really like spring, summer, so that's when I'll be focusing on it. And I do already have a slight dent, and I have slightly worn off the pattern. My goal is just to hit pan. For some people, it seems really difficult, and for others, really easy. So we'll see how it is for me, but as I said, my goal is just to hit pan. And then I would also like to hit pan on a highlighter. This is just a little mini of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. Mine is a little bit cracked, and this is a shade that is a little bit dark for me, but hopefully I can really focus on this during summer and fall this year and hit pan. And then my last 2 face products would be 2 Pixi facial sprays. This is the Hydrating Milky Mist, and I am starting out right here. I am going to use this as a primer spray. And then we have the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist starting out right here, and I'm going to be using this as my setting spray. So you guys know that complexion products are really easy for me to get through. I chose some things that aren't my favorites that I want to make myself work through, but they shouldn't be too challenging. But I did want to specifically challenge myself this year, so I chose quite a few eyeshadows and lip products. We'll see how successful I can be. I don't think I'll be able to finish everything, but I would like to see what I can get done. So I have 1 eyebrow product, and that would be the MAC eyeshadow in the shade Omega. I use this as a brow powder. It's very light and cool toned. It used to be my favorite. Now I have the Lorac brow kit in the shade Blonde, which is more warm tone, but I think I like that more. But I barely use this at all in 2017, so I want to make myself use it up this year. I've been using it for the past 2 weeks. I'm using it today, and I actually really like it again. So I've got a huge amount of pan right here, but I use a tiny brush, so I'm good with getting in the sides here, and then who knows where we will be at my next update, but I will eventually repress this to get through it. But I would like to use that up, which I definitely think is an attainable goal. And then I have 2 Maybelline color tattoos. Now I'm not going to get my hopes up too much because I know how hard these are to work through, but I have this shade here, Barely Beige, which I rolled over from my 2017 project, and my goal is to finish this completely. I have, I think, less than half of this left, and it is a really simple champagne eye base to use, so I would love, love, love to be able to finish this by the end of the year, but we'll see. And then my other shade is Caramel Cool, this beautiful coppery color. As you can see, I've already hit pan, and my goal for this would be to finish up 1/3 of it. And I think this would be a really easy base for me to use in the summer and the fall. Then we have a whole bunch of eyeshadows, and most of these are eyeshadows that I just want to hit pan on. I have a bunch here from Anastasia because I have hit pan on some of those before, and it was relatively easy because these are quite powdery. So I thought if I was really gonna try to pan some eyeshadows, I'd cut myself a little bit of grace and start out with things that are easier than others. So first I have a couple of cream shadows from Anastasia, and I would like to hit pan on as many cream eyeshadows as possible, but these are the two that I would like to start with. The first shade I have here is Anastasia Fresh from the Tamana palette. My goal for this yearly project was just to hit pan, but I put this in my current winter project pan. I already hit pan on it, as you can see, and I have pretty substantial pan and 2 months left in the project. So I guess my new goal would be to finish this one completely, which I definitely think is possible. And then from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, there is the cream shade Tempera, so I would like to hit pan on this one as well. And then there are a couple other shades from this palette I would like to hit pan on. That would be Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna. Great shades for summer and fall. And then also this shade right here, Buon Fresco, I would like to hit pan on. And this is in my current winter project pan. Another Anastasia eyeshadow I would like to hit pan on is the shade Isabel, this really beautiful orangey shade that I think will go nicely with Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. And then I have some single shadows to hit pan on. This one right here is Anastasia Dusty Rose, and this is also in my current winter project pan. Then I have these two Makeup Geek shadows here. These were in my fall project pan in 2017, and I made some huge progress, some really great dips in here. So this year I would like to hit pan on these, and that would be Cupcake and Frappe. Because I have a great head start, I think it's definitely possible. Along with those Makeup Geek shadows in my fall project pan, I also included this L'Oreal Infallible in Amber Rush, and as you can see, I have a huge dent in this, which makes me happy, but what would make me even happier is if I hit pan. So that will be my goal for this one too, is just to hit pan. And lastly, for eyeshadows, I have the Wet n Wild Walnut Eggshells Trio. As you can see, I've already hit pan on this, so my goal would be to finish the eyelid shade completely and finish half of the crease shade. And lastly, for eyes, I have 3 pencil liners, which I definitely neglect because I have very watery eyes and products don't tend to last on me, but I would love it if I could finish all 3 of these. The first one here is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crown in the blacker shade, and I've heard that these dry out pretty quickly, and I've used this maybe once or twice, so I have basically the full amount of product in here. This one is going to be really tough for me, but I would love to be able to finish that off. Then I have 2 ColourPop cream gel liners. I have the shade Zulu, which is the mint, and Prance, which is the cornflower blue. Both of these are unfortunately broken at the base, but I don't have a ton of product in these left. So I definitely think that I can use these up if I toss them into probably my spring project pan. I love the formula and these colors, but I just want to use them up and they break on me really easily. And lastly, for lip products, I have 9. And the reason for that is because I barely used up any lip products in 2017, as you guys will see coming up soon. And I really wanted to challenge myself this year. Also, I chose some items in my collection that are older, that I really love, that I want to use up before they expire. So I'm going to do my best to try to get as much progress on all of these items as I can. And 9 products is a lot, so I'm not getting my hopes up too much, but who knows, I might surprise myself. So the first item I have here is the Tarte Tarte's Lip Pencil in the shade Later Graham. This is just a deluxe sample size lip liner. I don't think I can twist this back down, so I'm not sure how much is in here. This is a little bit of a drier formula, and this is like a darker nude for me, but it is a tiny size that I would like to be able to get through. My next item is the NARS Audacious Lipstick in the shade Raquel. This is how much I have left. This is one of the older lipsticks in my collection, a really pretty peachy nude, and it was very expensive, so I would love to use it up. Then I have one mini lip gloss, which is very new to me, but I thought it would pair nicely with these other nude lip products. This is the Tarte Tarte's Glossy Lip Paint in the shade Obvi, which is a pretty opaque gloss, and it is a warm peachy nude. Then I have one mini liquid lipstick. I'm nervous about this. This is the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the shade Driver's Seat, which is a really pretty like terracotta orange color. And the reason I chose this is because you won't be able to see, but I can see through the packaging slightly. So that leads me to believe there's not a ton of product in here because I've only used this 2 or 3 times. So I think this is something that I could possibly get through. And I'm thinking for all of those nude products, I'll probably focus on them in the fall, which is a lot of products for one season, but we'll see what we can do. And then I have 3 bright lippies for spring and summer. These are all from MAC. These are some of the older lip products in my collection. I love them, but I would like to use them up before they expire. The first item here is the MAC Sheen Supreme Lipstick in the shade Asian Flower. The most gorgeous lavender. I love the formula of these lipsticks. This is currently the oldest lipstick in my collection, and these have been discontinued, but I don't need to hold on to it. I need to use it up before it expires because it is well on its way. It's a beautiful, beautiful color I absolutely love, so I really hope that I can get some good progress on this. Then I have 2 MAC Patent Polished Lip Pencils. I love jumbo lip crayons, and these 2 are no exception. This is how much product I have in the shade Go for Girly, and this is a beautiful pink tone coral. And then we have the shade Fearless, which is a beautiful mid-tone pink, and there is more product in this one than in the shade Go for Girly. So that's a lot of product to just try to use up in spring, summer. So I'll use as much as I can. The Sheen Supreme lipstick is older than the Patent Polishes, so that one will probably be my main focus. And then I have 2 mini Buxom glosses I would like to try to use up during the winter months. And what I have here would be the shade Dolly, which is in my current winter project pan. And then I also have the shade Sophia. So a really beautiful mauve and this really pretty light neutrally pink shade. I think that I can really make some good progress on this one considering how quickly I've been able to work through Dolly so far. So guys, those are all of the items I have chosen. I'm really excited for this year's makeup use up. I've chosen some items that I think I can definitely get through, and then other items that are going to be a little bit tricky, but I really want to challenge myself. So please let me know if you guys are doing one of these videos on your channel or your Instagram or just in general as well. I would love to know. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.